Oh, heck yes. Day 3. We are week number 5 of the Ultimate RV Show National Tour. The dancing continues. The singing obviously will continue. Sean Parr from your nationally syndicated radio show across the country. I got us, the Remingtons, here. Caleb, Tiffany, your favorite part so far of this incredible weekend of deals?
I am loving the retail sections. I can't believe how much stuff World Gamer RV has.
And we were in the fishing section.
The fishing section was super fun.
Well, I didn't see you actually in the beginning. You seemed like a little bit hidden. Your camouflage outfit. Right. I'm tricking Sean the entire time, but I've been loving the face-off lately. It's really neat to see kind of two rigs go head-to-head with one another.
Yeah, we get two incredible units that you select, and we go face-off and give you every aspect on the inside and the outside of these very special units. And, of course, at the best deal possible, you're going to see over 80,000 fresh from the factory RVs and ready to go to you during this incredible tour as we continue. Week 5, and I think my favorite parts was the influencer interview with these two incredible individuals. Rachel.
Huge influencers.
Yes, and I got to tell you guys something. Having your dogs on the road with you guys full time has been an amazing treat for us to watch.
Oh,
Nate,
thank
you've been
you.
great.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say my favorite part so far was also watching my interview with myself. No, actually, my favorite part has been with you guys. I feel like we're on a road trip together, you know?
I would say that's my favorite part, too, is getting to know all you guys. And they say the RV family is a big family, and it's true. It really is true.
It really is. It's all about the influencers, the folks that live the life on the road as we all do, and we're going to take it all to you, those experiences. As a matter of fact, we're starting with the family travel trailers today. We're going to jump right into one of my favorites, the Dutchman Atlas 3382BH, and Ian is here to get things started on day 3.
If you're looking for something where you can sleep around 6 people, but you want something that's big, you want something luxurious, right? You want to have a separate room for the kids and still have a space of your own. You want space to cook and prep food and nice big bedroom up front. Well, good news, because right here we have the 2021 Dutchman Atlas 3382BH. And folks, this one is exactly that. If you're looking for something that, you want a travel trailer and you want it to be, like I said, everything wrapped into one, right? You want the kitchen, you want the bedroom, you want the bunk, then this is the one for you. We have dual opposing slides right here. So you see the kitchen entertainment center over here, plus our U-dinette with this sofa over here, really opens this space up, gives you that kitchen island. But if you look over at the campside slide, one of the things that kind of strikes you right away is the fact that this one has the U-shaped dinette, and that's a huge deal. Because with the U-shaped dinette, not only can everyone sit around here and have meals together, play games together, but when this drops down, this is a big enough bed where 2 adults can easily sleep. So I love that because if you have additional guests, you have this bed, plus you have the big bunk room in the back. I'm telling you, you can sleep all sorts of people in here. Drop that guy down, you're good to go. You will also see easy access storage. And out of all storage areas or methods, right, under the bunk, this one is by far the easiest. If you just have a swing open door, you can swing it open, but you still have to get down on your hands and knees to get down in there. With the drawer, that's not at all the case, right? You pull the drawer out, you grab what's in there, super simple, and we have that on both sides. So, we're not skimping here. You'll also notice this one is actually on glides. A lot of times when manufacturers do this, they try to save a little bit of money, and so they don't put it on glides, right? You're just pulling wood out. That's not at all the case here. It is a nice reinforced drawer so you can put some bigger items in there. If we take a look underneath, a couple quick things here. If you see the table itself, so we talked about a U-shaped dinette. This one actually is interchangeable. This back bench seat will remove, and you can spin this table around. So if instead of a U-shaped dinette, you want a standard dinette, this one has the versatility to give you exactly that. So you have a couple different options. And if you look at the floor here, so we have the beautiful flooring, and you will see in the slide, it is the same floor. They removed all carpet here out of that slide, so it is super quick and easy to clean, which I absolutely love. Big windows in that slide to let in all sorts of natural light, LED lights here as well, so you have that light at night. And then one of my favorite parts about this is a lot of times when you have a bunkhouse, right, the bunkhouse is where everything kind of goes as far as the R&D of the floor plan. And what I mean by that is the back half of the RV is usually the kind of the focal point. So you'll have a rear living, you'll have a rear kitchen, you have a rear bunk, right? So the middle kind of generally isn't great, but that's not at all the case in what you have right here, because as we said, you get the big table. We have this sofa. Directly across from the sofa is my entertainment center. That's something you really you don't see in many bunk models. I mean, they're starting to come out with more and more lately, but you know, if you look at 3-4 years ago, this wasn't a thing. And now I have a great shot to the TV. I can kick back and relax. The kids are back in their space, and you know, I'm not craning my neck to look at the TV. You'll also see the multimedia center in there and the fireplace underneath, right? The multimedia center, I love this too. Sometimes it's the little things that manufacturers do that I really like, and this is one for me. I can put my DVD player there, plug in my HDMI port, and I can watch a movie. I love that they actually gave me a shelf. The fireplace underneath, not only does it look great, folks, but it also kicks out heat. So, you know, if you're at a campsite and you're plugged into shore power, chances are, I mean, unless you're seasonal, then you're not paying for electric. So that essentially is free heat, which is nice. You'll also see storage across the top, and it's big storage, right? I mean, that's not small storage, definitely usable in there, which I love. Another spot they hid in storage, why don't you turn around here, Fritz? I want to make sure everyone sees this. Look at that. Right, they didn't have to put this in here at all. They could have left that out, but they did, and I love that they did because it's great storage all the way down there. As I said, they really just fully utilized the space. Speaking of nice big space, if we take a look at the ceiling, you'll see it is a barreled ceiling, right? So you don't feel closed in. You have that bigger ceiling height, especially right here in the center. If you're a taller person, you can walk through here. You'd have no fear of bumping your head on the AC. That AC, of course, is fully ducted. It has the quick dump, and you can see right here, right, it is dual ducted, so it's running that way all the way down. Make sure you have nice, efficient, and even cooling. As we move into the kitchen space, one of the big things, as I said, by having the dual opposing slides effects, you get the kitchen island. You have prep space on the right, you have prep space on the left, you have this huge apron front sink right here in the center. So beautiful stainless steel sink, very modern high-rise pull-out faucet to make washing and rinsing dishes super simple. And one of my favorite parts, I talk about this all the time if you watch my videos. Are you ready? Boom! Take a look at that, a dedicated spot for your trash cans. You have 2 trash cans right there. You don't have to have any bags or anything hanging on your pulls. You have plenty of storage underneath the sink. You have all sorts of drawers. I mean, you have a drawer up top, another bank of 3 over here. You have 3 more over here. Look how deep these ones are. You have huge drawers. This is perfect if you have like hand towels or some larger items, right? I generally bring an immersion blender or a hand blender with me for my protein shakes, and with a drawer like this, I can toss it in there, no problem. So I love the big, deep drawers. You have more prep space over here to the side and a power tower right in the corner. So these are really cool if you haven't seen them before. What you do is you can tuck this guy away just like that, right? So that way it's not there, no one even notices. When you need it, you can push up like that, it pops up, pull it up, this little red guy will stop it, and then you have 120 there as well as dual USB ports when you're done. You just push it right down like that and it is hidden again. So very convenient, it's power when you need it, you tuck it away when you don't. 3-burner cooktop that is recessed with the glass cover. Your knobs light up if you like that look. Oven there as well as another drawer underneath, plus storage up top, and you get a pantry. Folks, I'm telling you, you want to talk about a ton of kitchen storage in a bunk model, this one right here has it. Plenty of room in there for all your other dry goods. You have the frosted glass so that, you know, when it's lit, kind of the light comes through, but you know, but it still looks really nice. Because it's frosted, you can't actually see what's in there, so it still looks nice. And then over to the side, more storage there, plus down underneath, and you get like this little coffee bar station right here. I just absolutely love what they have done with this kitchen. I think they completely knocked it out of the park. Now, as I mentioned, at its heart, this is a bunk model. So as we come on into the back, I just kind of want to show you what we have back here. And bear in mind, I mean, we have what? We can sleep 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, we can sleep 10 people in here total, right? So we can have 2 on the dinette, 2 on the sofa, 2 up front, 1 on each bed. It's a quad bunk, right? Which means 4 beds back here. Not like you didn't know what quad meant. But right here, drop-down bunk, 300-pound weight capacity on this. The reason I say that is that's not super common with drop-down bunks. You know, if you have like a big double bunk or the bunks on the other side, yeah, 300 pounds is pretty common. But with these guys, a lot of times you get like 150 to 200 pounds. But the fact it is 300 pounds means that, you know it's going to be sturdy. You don't have to worry about it breaking on anyone, which I love. See if I can use hand-eye coordination and lock that in. Nope, I am struggling. There we go. USB port up top here too, so if you need to plug anything in, cell phones, top bunk's good to go, lights. There was a window up there. And if we drop down, you will also notice that this one has a dinette. And I like this too because it gives the kids a place to sit. They can have a meal back here, you know, and it allows them, let's say you're doing road schooling, right? They can sit back here and do homework. Or if, you know, you want them to play a game, put a puzzle together, this is the space that they can do that. And then when we flip around to the other side, Fritz, let's show them over here. So you have two, again, 300-pound bunks. You'll see these ones are wider. So if you have, you know, a little bit older kids, maybe teenagers, maybe, you know, the kids aren't coming at all. You just need a place for adults. This works perfect. You can sleep 2 adults here, and you have a table in the back for them, right? It's almost like a little mother-in-law suite back here. It's pretty great. And storage galore. This is something else, again, that is very rare in the bunkhouse. I mean, look at all of these drawers, right? You have tons of drawers plus all of this storage space right over to the side, including a hanging rod. So plenty of storage for all the clothes. Once again, the slide doesn't have any carpet in here. I just love what they have done completely with this floor plan. And the best part about it, folks, is this is a great deal. I mean, if you're looking, like I say, to really lock in an excellent family bunkhouse model, the Atlas 3382BH starts under $41,000. That's as little as $9.80 a day. All you have to do to lock in that pricing is text the word RV to 46642. Let's come on up front real quick here, buddy. Just want to show a couple more things before we head outside. One is the bathroom, because I do want to show everyone how big that shower space is. Take a look at that. Right now you have the big kitchen, the big bunk room, but you have plenty of shower space. You know, you can see the nice sink top right there. You have the porcelain bowl for the toilet. And then if we are able to make our way up into the bedroom here, if we want to sneak right out of there, let's show them the bedroom real quick, Fritz. Again, you have that frosted glass on the door. And when you take a look up there, look at that. You have a front window, plenty of storage up there as well. And then you will also see the bed in the center. Both sides have a nightstand. I mean, this thing is killer. And not only do you have, you know, the excellent inside space, but we also have an incredible outside space. So when we come out here, you have upgraded steps. You have the big grab handle. We take a look up top. You have a power awning with LED lights. Speakers, if you want to listen to music, those light up there too. Take a look at this. We have the pass-through. Nice big pass-through. You can see the LED light strip goes the entire length, so you're able to see everything that's inside there. Solar prep. All you have to do is buy portable panels, plug it in, trickle charges the battery. Their front cap, you can see that windshield. Man, that looks sharp, right? Going down the road, when it's at the campsite, you have that beautiful look right there. Dropping down, this thing is easy to set up. You get a power tongue jack. We saw the power awning, and we have power stabilizer jacks right underneath. Now granted, that's not auto level, right? It's stabilization, but with this, as soon as you set up, you use your power tongue jack, you drop your stabilizer jacks down at the touch of a button. Folks, I'm telling you, it is a very, very easy setup. As we make our way back a little bit further, I just want to show you a couple last things. One of them being this right here, the fact that if you want TV, there is TV hookup there. And this is a big one for me. A lot of times when you have a bunk model, folks, you get the outside kitchen. So you have the refrigerator, the cooktop, electrical outlet, a little more space, and there's a 2-inch receiver on the back. So if you want to have a bike rack or anything like that, it's already mounted, meaning you're going to be able to keep the manufacturer warranty, folks. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a great bunkhouse, this is one you do not want to miss out on. All you have to do is text the word RV to 46642, and you can lock in the pricing for this Atlas, which is starting at just $9.80 a day.
Demand for RVs is at historic levels, which is why we are working around the clock to bring you over 80,000 factory fresh RVs. That's the largest selection of RVs in the world, fresh from the factory to our stores to your driveway or campsite. RVs are made by Americans for Americans, and now you can see America for less. Shop over 80,000 factory fresh RVs, starting at just $5 a day. Click, call, or visit your local Camping World or Gander RV and Outdoors today.
Ultimate RV Show National Tour. What's up? It's Chris Young here. My buddy Caleb from us at Remington's. Sean's going to be joining us here in a second. I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him yet.
Hey, fellas.
Oh my God, it's the floating head.
Hey, you don't want the fish to see if you want to catch a good bite. You know, you got to be a little camouflage and bam!
Grab them and go.
Ready to go. You got your rod, you got your reels, and we're ready to happen here. So much to see and do when it comes to our fishing department here at Gander.
That's the great thing I think people don't realize. You know, sure, we have the most RVs of anybody, 150 locations, but when people come in and they see our fishing equipment, our fishing gear, our layouts, everything from our house brand Sakana rods to St. Croix to Ugly Stick, the lures, the nets, they don't realize how much we have when it comes to fishing. And when you're going out RVing, fishing is just a big part of it.
Every place we go, the first thing I'm looking for is the nearest lake. And I swear, every time I come into a Gander, we were in Florida. I was at a Gander. I couldn't believe the size of the fishing section.
Yeah. And no matter where what kind of fish you're looking to catch, if you're in Florida, you got offshore fishing. We got every lure you can possibly imagine. Whatever fish you're trying to catch, Gander can take care of you, and that's what it's all about. The assortment is amazing.
It is amazing, and it's based off the region, too. So if you're up in Minnesota, you want to do some ice fishing, we got all the ice fishing stuff for you there. And we have pros on staff that'll help you pick out the best rod, the best rig. What are some of the utensils, the tools and utensils that you need for the essential catching expedition when you're out? Your nets, and one of Sean's favorite, the baits. This boy knows baits.
We got to talk about baits. If you're looking for catfish, whatever it is, if you need a shiner, we've got them for you. Largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, we've got it all here. And then, of course, you got to get into, Chris, some of the ways you can find fish.
Yes.
When you're looking to catch the big ones. You know, with all the baits, you've got all the latest worms, the yums, the whatever you need, the power baits. We've got the selection at Gander, but right here is where it's at, where you need to get into the electronics of actually getting out and finding the fish.
Getting a competitive advantage is huge, and having not only so many locations across the country, you're talking about over 160 locations, Gander RV and Outdoors, Camping World, you're going to be able to find the best equipment to give you the best advantage to catch a fish. And Caleb, you know, if you live in the RV lifestyle and you go fishing, you also got to worry about organization because space is sometimes limited.
Space is key. I have a tiny little kayak that I blow up. So I got my little spacers out there, but I'm looking for like a trolling motor. Can I stick a trolling motor on a floating kayak?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Man,
we have fishing kayaks here at
Gander.
No
way.
Put a little trolling motor on there. You got your foot pedals over there. I'm going to give you guys my tip of the day. This is my Sean Parr pick right here. I did this in Florida. Y'all were witnesses to this.
Yep.
Bought this little bad boy right here. Put a little lure on there, but I keep it in my golf bag. It's a telescope pole. Folds right out when you're backed up on the golf course. Bam! You throw a little rooster tail out there. You got yourself a largemouth bass before you know it, and that's what it's all about.
Booyah.
There it is.
Booyah. That's how you catch the best when you're out. And Camping World and Gander RV and Outdoors has the best when it comes to all your fishing essentials. You'll be surprised at what you'll find when you come into a Camping World or Gander RV and Outdoors when you're ready to take your buddies out for a great day of fishing.
Yeah, and the kids too, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, that is right there. Great for the kids.
Yeah, family assortment, Gander RV and Outdoor, this is what it's all about.
So we've seen some bigger RVs capable of sleeping families, but what about something smaller, right? Something a little more lightweight. Let's say you don't want to buy a truck. You just want to use your family SUV. Well, that's what we have right here, folks. This is the 2021 Forest River Ozark 1650 BHX. And this one comes in under 3,300 pounds dry. Now, the reason that's really important is, as I said, when we're talking about family vehicles, you know, a lot of people have SUVs. When you have a mid-size SUV, some of those, you know, are right around that 5,000 pound tow capacity. And so coming in at 3,300 pounds dry, chances are you'll be able to tow this if you have that 5,000 pound capacity. So if you're looking to get out there, right, just, you know, don't want to break the bank, want to get into RVing, you want to start making memories with the family, this is an excellent one to do it. A lot of things to love, of course, because we're a little bit lighter weight, we don't have a slide, but you'll see, you know, there's still plenty of room and amenities in here. The dinette right over to the side. Some of the things I love about Ozark, I like what they do with the coloring in here, you know, nice and bright for the leatherette, easy to clean. You can see the blue stitching that they run through here as well, just adding a little bit of color, right? It's not over the top, just enough to add a little something to it. But again, the leatherette is easy to clean, and that's a big deal. We're talking about families. You know, I don't know about you guys watching this, but you know, when with my girls, sometimes they make a little bit of a mess. And when you have the leatherette on the bottom on the seat, it's easy to clean up. They spill ice cream, no big deal. You know, if it's SpaghettiOs, that's cool. Just wipe it right away, right? It makes it simple. The dinette here also drops down into a bed, so if you need that additional sleeping space, you have it here. In fact, one of the crazy things about this one is even though this is only 22 foot 6 inches long, this one can sleep up to 7 people, and part of that is right here in the dinette. Now, as an adult, I'm a 6-foot adult. It may be a little bit tight to be able to stretch across there. You can do it if I curl up a little bit, but if you're a little bit smaller than that, or it's a child, this is a perfect bed space for them. You also see the big window letting in a lot of natural light. Of course, right now we're inside and have the RV there, but outside, that is awesome to let in that much natural light. You'll also notice that opens for excellent airflow. And then across the top is additional storage. So we can open that up for you just to kind of show you that, you have that storage, whether you want to put board games up there or, cups, plates, bowls, whatever you decide. Again, that's just a great, excellent storage area. And it kind of shows you the two-tone coloration that they went with, right? So they have darker cabinets, but nice light furniture as well as light tabletop here, light countertop. So I think they did a good job with the color contrast. We take a look up at the ceiling, a couple things to take note of. One is LED light. So folks, 10 of these LED lights consumes about the same amount of power as one of the old halogens. So that means you can basically have all the lights on in here and it's the same amount of power as one of the old ones. So if you do take this out boondocking, you take it out where you don't have shore power, you can run the lights no problem at all, and you can be confident that it's not going to drain the battery down quickly at all. You also see a vent fan up here, so I talked about good airflow. You can open the windows up, turn that on, get the airflow running through here, or if you have shore power or you're running a generator and it's really hot, you really want to cool it down, you have a roof-mounted AC. It's 13.5 kBTU, folks. It's going to cool it down in a hurry in here. Now, as I mentioned, this one is a bunk model, right? It's a family model. So in the back, you have double bunks. So with the double bunks, the cool thing about it is you can sleep 2 kids per bunk if you want. Or, if it's an adult, you can sleep an adult per bunk. They're nice and large teddy bear bunk series, so it's super soft. And something else that I really like is you'll see you have storage underneath. But the really cool thing about that is that this lifts up just like that. So you have access to all that storage all the way in the back. If you need to access the plumbing to the outside shower, you can get to that here too. But just huge storage underneath there, which is something, again, you don't see super often. The reason I love that is because it gives you a lot of storage space for clothes. There's Ozark is not the only manufacturer that makes a floor plan like this. It's actually a pretty popular floor plan, and we have several others. And if you're looking through this and you're thinking, I kind of love the design, but I want a few things changed, right? Maybe you don't want double bunks. It's too big for you. You just want single, and you want a bigger bathroom. There's RVs like that out there. We can help you out. All you have to do is text the word FRESH to 46642. But as you're going through this, if you're like Ian, I love the double bunks. I love all the storage underneath where I can put my laundry basket, where I can put duffel bags, where I can put dirty clothes. Then you're going to want to text the word RV to 46642 to make sure you lock in the pricing on this Ozark. And for the record, the pricing on this one, folks, you can get this starting at under $18,000. You're looking at $17,940, which is as little as $4.43 a day. You want to talk about an inexpensive family vacation, right? A cheap and effective way to start making memories. This right here is the perfect one for it. So we take a look in the bathroom. We'll walk in here. I'll kind of show you. One of the things I always like to do, right, is sit on the toilet. So I'll take a seat right here just to kind of show you the space. As far as my legs, if I keep them, kind of in front right here of the shroud, it is a little bit tighter. I can put them up here. I like to call this the built-in squatty potty. It just makes things a little bit easier. It just kind of helps the natural flow. But honestly, I have plenty of room either way. It's not uncomfortable. I certainly have enough space for my shoulders. There is an electrical outlet down here if you need to plug anything in, a mirror up top, and then over to the side is the shower. Now when I step in here, this is another big one. We're talking about differences in floor plans, difference in lightweight RVs. With the Ozark, at 6 foot tall, I can stand up completely. I don't have to bend over. Even without the vent or anything like that, I get the full height. A lot of times with a lighter weight RV, when we're under that 3,500 pound threshold for dry weight, a lot of times that's not the case. You'll have to duck down a little, kind of do one of these. As my good friend Chris likes to say, it's the confused dog look, like what's going on there. But here you don't have that issue at all. It is nice and tall. As we make our way back out, you get into the kitchen space. You'll see the fridge freezer combo right here. You kind of have the silver panels right up front. Norcold unit, which I love, because you'll notice the thermostat is right on the outside. It's super easy to adjust. This one does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. As far as space, you can see it is plenty spacious with the cutout right there over to the side. Moving a little bit further, and you have storage up top here right next to the Furion microwave. Again, kind of that stainless suite of appliances. You can see that follows right down underneath with the 2-burner cooktop and the large sink. So this is something else that's a little bit different. A lot of manufacturers that make this I said that weird. A lot of manufacturers that make this floor plan will just have a small sink, right? More like a single basin. Here they give you the big, it's still a single basin, but it's a much larger sink. And the reason I like this is it allows you to put pots and pans and things in here and just makes washing dishes a whole heck of a lot easier. You'll also see the high-rise faucet, which aids in that too. A window behind that lets you see out to your campsite, which is great, and an electrical outlet in case you need to plug anything in, whether it's a griddle, a coffee maker, anything else like that. You'll also see a drawer, and I say this all the time. To be an effective kitchen in an RV, you have to have at least one drawer because I want a spot to put my flatware. You know, I don't want to have to put it up top. I want to put it in a drawer, and this gives me the capability to do that. Under that's a direct vent furnace, which in a camper this size is actually going to be more effective than any kind of ductwork. It's just going to blow right into this main room, and with the exception of the bathroom, everything in here is one room. So that'll do a perfect job. And then just to kind of show you, you do have storage underneath the sink there for any pots or pans. As we swing around, I just want to show you up front. You'll see the queen bed, and this of course is going to be the main bed in this unit. Emergency exit over to the side as well as a window, again, as we talked a little bit about airflow. Storage here across the top. I'll open that up just to kind of give you a peek in there because it is really deep storage, and you will definitely want to utilize that. Over to the side, you'll get some hanging storage. If you have anything that needs to be hung up, that's where it'll go. Otherwise, you definitely are going to want to take advantage of this storage space right here. Now, if we take a look under the bed, this is always important. I'll open that up. We'll see this a little more when we go outside, but this is a huge storage space. And you have dual access. You have access right here under the bed. Then you also have access on the off-camp side. So a couple different places that you're able to get into that storage compartment. Then you have a nightstand right up front. You'll also see the electrical outlet and USB port. So if you sleep with a CPAP machine, you have a spot to put it as well as a place to plug it in, or if you need to charge your cell phone, you're good to go there as well. Last thing I want to touch on before we go outside is the fact there is a spot for a TV. They put a backer right here so you know exactly where to mount it. The proper connections for that are right up on the ceiling, as well as the fact this one is pre-wired for the Wi-Fi extender, so that if you kind of want to stay connected while you're on the go, that will certainly aid in that. And then another USB port right over to the side here, which is cool because not only does that give you a couple different places to plug in cell phones while you're sleeping, but also with the dinette, because there's one here and there's one back on the bunk. So basically, no matter where you're at in this camper, you're capable of charging those devices. Now, as we step outside, right, the features don't stop. There's a lot of great things that I really like out here too. And we'll start with the door itself. As you notice, this is a friction hinge door. So wherever I put it is kind of where it stays. It can handle winds up to 25 miles an hour, right? So that's great because, when the kids are coming in and out, you don't have to worry about snapping off like little plastic things that are connected to the wall right here, right? You can just shut it, you're good to go. You'll also see the grab handles, a little bit bigger, easier to grab there. And the steps are aluminum with the treads, so that way those aren't going to rust out. Also along this side is your black tank flush to quickly and easily wash out your black tank. Directly underneath that is the freshwater fill. So if you're going somewhere you don't have city water connection, you want to make sure you fill the freshwater tank, that'll be the place to do so. Right here is the your electrical outlet, so if you need to plug anything in, that's where you'll want to do that. And then if you take a look up top, you have the power awning. So touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. LED light strip underneath that. So, if you just want to light that up at night, you're good to go. Here on the back is a square tubular bumper with end caps. You have a place to store your sewer hose. And then you will also see the tire. So that way, if you ever have to change it, it's right here. It's also super easy to access. If you have city water, that'll be right in the back. Outside shower, we saw that underneath the bed there. That will have both hot and cold water access. The last thing I want to touch on is right over to the other side. I do want to show you the storage because this one did have that big storage area we saw underneath the bed. Take a look right up front here. You can see if you peek in there, that is that big storage area we saw under the bed. Plenty of storage for your chairs, grills, really whatever else you want to toss in here. Now remember, folks, this is just one of many bunkhouse models or bunk models, family RVs that we have. Are they looking for a fifth wheel, a travel trailer, motorhome? We have everything in stock, right? We have over 20,000 pieces in stock, over 80,000 pieces that are on order straight from the factory, right? Factory fresh is what we keep talking about. All you have to do to take advantage is text the word fresh to 46642. That way we'll be able to help you navigate through that and get a factory fresh unit just for you.
Sooner or later, everyone's bound to encounter someone in need. If you're one of the stopping kind, chances are it was passed down.
Hey, Mom.
Some good that you observed from early on. Call it going the extra mile or paying it forward. We just call it being good. Spend a lifetime doing good.
Thank you.
Because the next generation is watching.
As we continue with the Ultimate RV Show National Tour, Ian working so hard. As a matter of fact, we're going to go into another unit here with Ian in just a moment. But before we do, since it is the Ultimate RV Show, Nate, what do you say we do an ultimate giveaway?
Woo! Man, I'm telling you, I'm hoping sooner or later you guys forget that I'm actually working for you right now, and you let me win one of these giveaways.
Because we're going to give away one of my favorite vehicles. Actually, this is my favorite scooter by far because it's so cool, it's so convenient, and you can take it just about anywhere. This is the Coleman Powersport 49cc scooter. We're going to give one away, part of our incredible amount of giveaways we're giving away over the next, did I say giveaways enough? Over the next several weeks.
I hope, again, are you going to give me one? That's the. I'm tired of just riding around on the back of yours. I mean, we're beginning to look ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
URVS is what you text to 46642 if you want to register to win these. Who is our winner there, Nate?
Well, let me see. I believe it is Nate Johnson. No. Abby Townsend. Abby, please. You got one of our favorites. Come and pick us up. I think we can fit 3 on there. You know, we scoot really close. You know what I'm saying?
At least 2.5.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Abby. More giveaways coming up soon. Don't forget, we are giving away an RV today. That's later on in the program. We talked about Ian going into one of our amazing east to west vehicles. The Silver Lake is truly amazing. What do you like about it?
I like that it sleeps 8. You know what? I got 2 dogs, so I only need, something that sleeps 4. But I'm going to tell you, everyone needs something that sleeps 8 for the extra room.
And, of course, the entertainment center that is in this particular model that I know you're going to love. So we're putting him to work. We told you he was working hard today. Ian, let's see the east to west Silver Lake.
One of the most common floor plans, and for good reason, is what we have right here. And that's a super slide with both your dinette and a sofa with double over double rear bunks in the back corner. Folks, this is the 2021 East to West Silver Lake 27 K2D. And like I said, this is a very, very popular floor plan for good reason. You can sleep up to 8 people in here. It's a very open layout. You can see this big super slide really opens this space up and gives you a ton of room. Now, I actually want to start this one a little bit different than normal. I'm going to start it right here on the back. And the reason is I just want to kind of help people explain, especially if you're new to RVing, the difference in the setups when we're talking about rear corner bunks. So you kind of have 2 different setups, right? You either have the bunks on this rear corner or on the off-camp side, or you have the bunks on the camp side. So the big advantage to having them over here is that puts the bathroom on the camp side. And when they do that, it allows you to have a second entrance into the bathroom, right? A second entrance into the RV. Now, why do people love this? Because you can come right in, use the bathroom, and head right back out. It's simple, it's quick, you're not traipsing dirt through the entire RV. So with that in mind, why would you want it on the other side? Well, because if you do that, chances are you'll either have a big storage on the campsite, which is really easy to access, or more than likely they'll put in an outside kitchen. So if you're looking for an outside kitchen, if you have the bunks on the campsite, chances are you'd have a much better chance of getting the outside kitchen there. Now they can still do it in other ways with the bunks on this side. Don't get me wrong; it's not like a always true rule, right? It's not written in stone, but that is generally going to be your difference. And folks, that's just one of the many things we're here to help you with, right? I know this, if you're new to RVing, you may not, but that's okay, right? Lean on us. All you have to do is text the word FRESH to 46642, and that will give you access to over 100,000 pieces of inventory. We have over 20,000 on the lot, over 80,000 pieces coming in, and we are here to help you to make sure you get the perfect RV for you and your needs. If you're looking for something for the family, trust me, we have a lot available. But let's really dive into this unit and a lot of the things I really like about it. And we'll start right back here on the kitchen. So if you look at the kitchen itself, you have big countertop space, and it's upgraded countertops. The countertops right here are like a thermoformed, and what that does is it's lighter than true solid surface, but it still allows you to undermount the sink, right? You don't have T-mold that's gonna pop off and get water in there and have your countertops rot out. Here you're able to undermount the sink. It gives you a very clean look, and it's easier to clean. You don't have that edge where all the dirt and crumbs and stuff just piles up. It's just very easy to sweep it right here into the sink. You get the high-rise, beautiful, almost industrial-looking faucet that I really enjoy too. And right here you have dedicated prep space. So often in RVs, you don't have dedicated prep space. You're either prepping on the sink or you're prepping on the cooktop, but here you actually have space to do that prep, which I love. And right over there, you still have plenty of room for a coffee maker, and they know it because look where they placed your electrical outlet. So if you're like me, coffee is a necessity for me in the morning, and so I always have to have one when I camp. And I love that they put that in there. Now, something new for 2021s for the Silver Lake is this right here. They put in this big, long window in the kitchen. Most manufacturers will have a window about half this size. This one's nice and big. Of course, lets in natural light and gives you a great view out to your campsite. Plenty of storage in here, storage up top, storage down below. You have 3 drawers spanning right there, plus underneath the sink. If you want to come around here, Fritz, and show people, I always like to point this out. You have plenty of room down there for a trash can, which is always a big deal for me. As I mentioned, the 3-burner cooktop, the front one's high output. This one does come with an oven if you'd like to do some baking. Naturally, your hood and microwave are directly above that. You'll also see fridge-freezer combo. When I open this guy up, plenty of room in there. This one runs off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. That is one of those things where we're starting to see a lot of differences between different manufacturers. A lot of manufacturers are going to a 12-volt refrigerator. And maybe that's right for you, maybe it's not. Depending on the setup you have and what you want to do. Because with the 12 volt, you can have a couple batteries, and if you have enough solar power, you can run that nearly indefinitely. But if you don't want to deal with solar, right, or maybe you're in an area where it's just, really cloudy, or you have a lot of tree coverage and you're just not getting a lot of the sun, then having propane might be a good idea, because here, no matter where you're at, you can just use the propane and it will still keep everything cold. Plus, as long as you have propane, you're able to cook, obviously, and heat the camper. Speaking of heating, not only do you have ducted furnace, but it's also worth mentioning that we, of course, have ducted AC in here. It is a 15K BTU ducted AC, so nice and powerful, do a great job of cooling it off, and that does have a quick dump. The other thing I love about this one, and this is also becoming a lot more popular in this floor plan, is a huge pantry. Take a look at that, folks. Plenty, and I mean plenty of space for all of your dry goods and some of the larger ones. I've seen a lot of pantries that are about half this size, maybe 3/4 at best, but this one is massive. You can fit a ton of items in there, and large items, like I said, like big boxes of cereal, things like that. For the bathroom, we'll check this out real quick. As I said, you just come right in, do your business right here. And as you do, you have plenty of leg space, great shoulder space. The sink in here is large, and that's something else that's important to me, because, when I'm washing my hands, doing this, if it's a small sink, you're splattering water everywhere and it's making a mess. And it's one of those really minor things that you probably don't know unless you've been out camping. And once you do, you're like, yes, I understand the value of a big sink. You know, I like it. Or when you're brushing your teeth, this is another one. I've seen this happen far too many times. It's happened to me. I'm brushing my teeth, go to spit, and the sink is small, but the medicine cabinet sticks out, and I'll smack my head on the medicine cabinet, which also isn't very fun. But you won't have that issue here. As I step into the shower, just want to show you folks at 6 foot tall, I have no problem whatsoever standing up in here fully. Even without that skylight, I can stand up in here. With that skylight, you can be 6'2", 6'3", still be able to stand fully, stand up in here fully. You don't have to crane your neck down or anything like that. The bowl down here, also porcelain. If you've seen my videos before, you know how much I love porcelain bowls because they stay clean longer. They're easier to clean. You know, you'll get more life out of that. Now, at its core, this one is a bunk model. And the thing I love about this one is it's double over double bunk, built-in ladder right here. I talk about this a lot too. I love the built-in ladder because my 5.5-year-old loves bunk beds. She wants to sleep in the top bunk, but she can't get up there of her own power unless she has the ladder. So I love that it's just built right in right there. Another big thing that I love about this one too is the fact that it has both electrical outlets and USB ports on both bunks. Now, yes, I go camping to get away from electronics, but it's awesome to be able to have the kids have their own space on a rainy day. They can plug in the cell phone, you know, plug in the tablets, whatever they have to do. This one also has a lot of storage underneath this bunk, but it's accessible from the outside. We'll see that a little bit later when we head out there. Let's talk about the super slide here for a minute. You have big dinette, 4-foot dinette on here, I believe. And what I mean by that is take a look at how big it is this way, right? The depth you get. I mean, if I sit here, look at all the space I have to the side. Not all dinettes are created equally, folks. A lot of times, I mean, there's some of them that, you know, you can only fit 2 people, one on either side. In most bunk models, you can fit 4. Here, if I really wanted to, I could have myself, my wife, and one of my children here. I mean, or if it's just, 2 on each side, you have enough room that you're not bumping elbows. It's comfortable to sit here. Plus, when it drops down, it makes a wider bed so that if you need to sleep 2 adults here, you probably can. You have to snuggle up for sure. I don't know that you can lay completely out. Depends on how tall you are, but it does give you that extra sleeping capacity. And then you see the big windows letting in a ton of natural light there. USB port, so again, you can charge your electronics. Jackknife sofa right here. One of the big things I love about a Jackknife is all the storage you get underneath. You get big, easy access storage down there. It's a great spot for any kind of bedding, pillows, really anything else you want to stuff under there. It's comfortable to sit in. This doesn't make the biggest bed. If you have guests that aren't able to sleep in the bunks, the best bet's going to be on the dinette in this one, but you do have that ability to sleep there, and again, good storage underneath. And you want to talk about good storage? Take a look at that. On both sides, you have the easy access drawers. Just pull them out, you're good to go. This is the best way to access any storage underneath the bunk. You don't have to lift the cushions up. You can access it very easily if someone's sitting, in the dinette. And, if you have a swing open door, you still got to get down on your hands and knees to get in there. But with this, whoop, there we go. You can see that sucker's brand new. You're not going to have to worry about it opening when you're traveling, but you pull it out, easy to get to, and you'll see it is on the guides so that it can support a lot of weight. So that's going to be another big plus. Coming up to the entertainment center, and you'll see that's where that goes. Of course, you have your AV cables here. And that will plug into your multimedia center, which is located right over here. This one does have an HDMI port, and you have plenty of room here for any components. So if you have, a DVD player, something like that, you want to plug in, that is no problem. Now, as we take a look at the bedroom space, this is another really big win, in my opinion, when it comes to the Silver Lake. That's the fact you get a king bed, folks. A lot of times when we get bunk models, we're doing it for the kids, right? But you still want comfortable space too, and this allows it. The nice big king bed, you have wardrobe on both sides, storage all the way across the top. You'll see a vent up there too. I'm telling you, just all sorts of amenities on the inside, but we also have great amenities on the outside. When I step outside here, you can see the upgraded steps. Now, I'm over 200 pounds. You can see I can hop up and down on this thing, and my stomach might shake a little, but the steps aren't moving, right? They're not flexing. You get the big grab handle here. You have the power awning, touch a button to roll it out. Same thing to roll it back in with the LED lights. Coming up front a little ways, I'll open, I didn't unlock it. You have pass-through storage. I'll see if it's unlocked on the other side. You know what? Actually, hold. I might have keys. See what we got. Let's see, here we go. See how fast we can do this. Oh, it's like magic. There we go. So we can take a look inside. There's the pass-through. You do have a light on both sides. You're able to get in there. Solar prep is another big one. A lot of people love solar, so all you have to do is buy the portable panels, plug it in right there. You're good to go. You'll also notice this guy, and I love this. This makes it super simple and easy. You have the power tongue jack. Super simple to disconnect your tow vehicle, a light at night in case you need that added visibility when you're connecting or disconnecting. Fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly, folks. With the big furnace you have in here, the 35K BTU furnace, not only will it keep it warm inside, but everything down below will stay warm as well. The convenient center right over to the side here with your city water inlet, outside shower. And one last thing I want to show you, come on to the back. I promised that you had big storage back here. And if you take a look right underneath that bunk, folks, right in there, pop the camera on there, show them what you're looking at. Big storage here, very easy to get to, and a black tank flush to quickly and easily wash out that black tank. Folks, this is just one of so many different bunk models we have. If you're interested in this one, make sure you text RV to 46642. That will lock in your pricing. This one right here is starting at $26,185, which is as little as $6.47 a day. Folks, that is a killer deal.